Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, fuck everybody, just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. So
this is Layla Santinello. She has been missing since June 27th, 2023, and she disappeared from Kingsport, Tennessee. Chronicles of Olivia and I went out to Kingsport, Tennessee on several different trips, searching for Layla Santinello or any information leading to her whereabouts. These are my thoughts on this case.
well, I have to be honest with you. I was hoping by now we would have found Layla. So this has been very hard. You know, we want to bring her home. We want to make sure that her family knows what happened to her, I think is really the most important. Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. Just like to speak to them just for a moment and just say, if you know something, say something, because her life does matter. For the family members of these people that know what happened to her, it could have been your daughter. It could have been your granddaughter. You need to ask them to stand up and speak up.
The legacy of the Murdaughs stretch very far in South Carolina. Behind these gates lie deadly secrets. Secrets only Alec Murdaugh himself know. On June 7th, 2021, Alec Murdaugh hatched a deadly secret, plotting against his wife, Maggie, and his son, Paul. But what brought us to this point starts with Mallory Beach. Mallory Beach was killed in a boating accident by Paul Murdaugh, Alec Murdaugh's son, and it was going to trial, and Alec was about to pony up financial records. Those financial records were going to uncover a financial scheme hatched by none other than Alec Murdaugh himself. Right before going to court over the boating accident, Alec Murdaugh's wife, Maggie, and son, Paul, were brutally executed at the dog kennels at their home in Low Country, South Carolina, the property known as Moselle. Shortly after the murder of his wife, Maggie, and his son, Paul, he had a foiled suicide plot at a local church nearby. Alec had a friend try to shoot him in the head region, which again failed, and he went to the hospital where it was a superficial wound, leaving everybody to believe this was a foiled suicide attempt to garner sympathy from the community. This foiled attempt was captured on camera at the local church. Alec Murdaugh received 2 life sentences for the death and murder of his wife Maggie and his son Paul. After Alec's double homicide conviction of his wife Maggie and his son Paul, he has since set his eyes on the clerk of Colton County, Becky Hill. Becky Hill is now come under fire for putting her hands on the scales of justice in an effort to get Alec Murdaugh convicted. Alec Murdaugh's defense team state that Becky Hill put her hands on the scales of justice in an effort to get money for a book deal. Alec Murdaugh has a hearing for a motion for new trial coming up on January 29th. This hearing details how Alec Murdaugh believes Becky Hill, the clerk of Colton County, put her hands on the scales of justice in an effort to get a guilty verdict from the jury. The judge in the matter stated that she will be willing to hear from the jurors and Becky Hill only at the most recent status conference hearing. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories channel as we prepare to go to this hearing to find out whether Summer Wells went missing on June 15th, 2021. She disappeared from her home at 110 Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County. On her 2-year milestone, we placed this banner on the side of the road. Since she went missing, she hasn't been heard or seen from again. While I was visiting the area, I saw Don Wells working on his truck and asked him if he'd come down and speak to me, which he did. Don Wells and I had a conversation about his daughter Summer Wells and information related to her disappearance. Don Wells maintains that somebody came on the property and took his daughter away. He still believes after all this time she has been abducted. His family came under heavy scrutiny, but they maintained their innocence. One thing Don Wells told me is that they have no new leads into anybody that could have been responsible or is responsible for the disappearance of his daughter Summer Wells. Many people across this country want to know what happened to Summer Wells. Where is Summer? If you have any information related to the disappearance of Summer Wells, you are asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
My beautiful people of YouTube, it's nice to see you and
And of course, sex. It's nice to see you. I am Bullhorn Betty. It's nice to have everybody in the house. We've got a lot of things going on. I'm running out of time here. I got to get ready. I got to head out the door. You know, tomorrow is going to be a travel day for me. So I don't know how tomorrow is going to be. We might try to go live on the road if I can, if we got enough bandwidth and Wi-Fi out there, we might just say hi on the road because I've got to have a long drive. And of course, I have magnets all over the car. So you guys should be able to see me and I should be able to drive just fine. So with that being said, it's nice to see you, our beautiful, it's me, Jen, Skittles Crime, dun, 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 good morning, come on. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I was having some audio issues. I forgot to plug the phone in, and as I'm going in my intro, I decided to plug one of my button things in, and it kicked my audio back through my computer, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm behind the scenes trying to get my equipment back working. I got to plug all this stuff in before I set the live up, I'm realizing. But I'm not a techie person, so I don't get it. But it's nice to see you, Skittles Crime. True Crime Knitter, it's nice to have you. Good morning. Luteens is up in the house. It's nice to see you. We have Drew. Hello, my love. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. By the way, TGIF. Right? TGIF. It's nice to see you. Oh, it is already Saturday. Skittles is up Saturday morning and we're just waking up on a Friday morning. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, folks. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Annabelle, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning, Allie. It's nice to have you here this morning. JV's mama. Who else do we have? Patricia Miller, good morning. It's nice to see you, Lady 7 Up. Michelle Lynn, Ty, good morning. Sugar Plum, it's nice to have you. I think I said hi to you, Michelle. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Good morning. Betty Fan, good morning, my love. Act right, people. Act right? It's the real me too. Good morning, Angie Gibson. It's nice to see you, Amanda. TD Dean is up in the house. Trina, good morning. Bye, you babe. Good morning to you as well. I'm smiling too much. My cheeks are hurting. I need to go. It's time for me to get off. No. Oh, look at that. Skittles, our newest member of the Bullhorn Betty True Crime. She might be new to this channel, but she ain't new to us, right? Oh, look at that. That's so sweet. Thank you, love. Thank you so much. Thomas, it's nice to have you this wonderful morning. Southern Grammy, good morning. Our beautiful Sonia, dun, dun, dun. If you would like your newest shirt from our beautiful Sonia, roses are red, skies are blue. I mind my own business, so why don't you? All right. No, I'm just joking. But this is, I went out to the mailbox yesterday and I was sporting a new shirt today, right? I'm sporting a new shirt today. Now I'm coming into the chat like this. Me and Sonia, we got it, right? Right? Yeah, we got it going on. Oh, Rusty up in the house too. It's nice to see you, old Rusty. Good morning, everyone. Who else are we missing? Ashley's World. It's nice to see you, Love Bug. You know what? And every time I see your name, there for a while, I kept thinking you were like Ashley Saint. What was it? Saint? Oh, Lord. Our beautiful transparent that was a victim of Turtle Boy. Anyway, if Ashley's out there on the YouTube streets, I just wanted to give a big shout out. Give a big shout out to her. I haven't seen her in here in a while. So if she's in the bushes, I just want to say hi. Kim 22, it's nice to see you. Who else? I just felt like I just ran over somebody. There it is. Courtney Dawn, I just ran you over. I want just bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm like, wait a minute. I just saw somebody. Shannon, it's nice to see you as well. I think we're at the end. Good morning, everybody. Boy. I remember when it was only 10 people. It was so much easier to get through our mornings. So yesterday we were here. I had some people. I've been trying to get this house cleaned up. We had the roof put on the house. And of course, that was an arm and a leg right after, well, it wasn't even right after Ian, because you couldn't get a roofer out here. I mean, I had to wait, what was it, 7 months? Good Lord. Anyways, we got the roof on, but everything else in that around the house, it's just me here. So it doesn't, if I can't do it, it doesn't get done, right? And so portions of my fence had fallen down, but my ex-husband had screwed the panels into the post. So when they fell down, you couldn't really pry the post off of it to release the sections that were, nailed together, because there's screws in them. So all 5 panels had to be lifted up at the same time that fell over. Otherwise, we have to destroy the panels. So the fence has been down in the backyard for a significant amount of time. I have to tell you, these beautiful people came over here and lifted my fence. So again, I want to shout out to all those beautiful people. They came over here, they lifted the fence, they took out the weeds, it just, all in all, the backyard finally looks. And of course, a few weeks ago, I got the trailers out of here because my ex-husband took all the tools, but left the shitty trailers. And I don't have a truck anymore. I sold the truck a couple of years ago. So I can't move the trailers. Trailers are gone. Now the garbage is gone. So I am hopeful that we are going to be going live from the backyard in some fresh air in our foreseeable future, right? Not in the next week because I'm going to be on the road, but in our foreseeable future. But yesterday we were here and we were talking about, updates on the case. We went through the Savannah Soto case and we gave them the update on that. And basically the update is she was finally laid to rest, which she should have been laid to rest a long time ago. This case was just, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine their family having to see their grandchild for the first time like that. It almost brings me to tears. Like, it's hard to even to say that in words. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Shannon. If you received your Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories gifted membership, don't forget to tell our beautiful Shannon. Thank you. Thank you so much, love. And we also went over some of the updates. For, what else did we go over? We went over Brian Kohberger. We know Brian Kohberger's attorney's trying to now bring the public in. I'm not complaining. I've been wanting to come into this case for some time. I wanted to know some more details because let's face it, we've all had questions, especially up front. Before the probable cause affidavit was released, we were all sitting with bated breath when it came to Brian Kohberger because we knew this guy was arrested. We had no idea who in the world this man was. And he's being accused of killing, 4 University of Idaho students. And he just came from left field. So there for a while, we're all, I think, naturally saying, do they have the right guy? Right? And what put us over the edge of them having the right guy? It was the probable cause affidavit. Well, they're challenging the indictment, the grand jury indictment. They had a whole host of reasons, very weak reasons, in my opinion, related to the instructions that were provided to the grand jury. Let's face it, this is not the first time the grand jury's heard a case similar to this. I mean, not as high profile, but I mean, even Major John's case. 4 people lost their life in that case as well. But it's not as high profile as this particular case. But again, what I'm trying to say is that this stuff happens. Whose birthday is it? Is Shannon's birthday? Oh, whose birthday is it? I keep going. Is it your birthday, Shannon? Do I need to put my hat on? I got the hat over there. Do I need to be cleaning my pipes out? Is it Shannon's birthday? I'm not cleaning my pipes out for nothing. It's my birthday. Here's a couple of presents. Oh, it is. Okay. Give me a minute. I don't know if I got the glasses. I got the glasses. On such short notice, too. See? Bullhorn Betty's got this thing. Look at that. Impromptu birthday. We have an impromptu birthday. I got to get the glasses on. Gotta get them on. I only do this for my favorite people, right? Just because it seems like I do it for everyone. So, I hear. Oh, I'm breaking shit over here. I hear we have a birthday in the house. Don't you know? Oh, your candles aren't sticking up. Heck, come on, candles. Do I need to put something in there? My candles aren't sticking up. There we go. All right. I think I'm almost ready. Well, we have a birthday up in the house. The Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories house. It is Shannon's birthday today, and she decided to give her gift away in form of Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories membership. We can't let that just go. Bullhorn Betty never lets anything go, right? So we're going to sing her happy birthday. Well, a happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shannon. Happy birthday to you. All right, Shannon, we love you. We love you over here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Hopefully I wasn't too loud. Hopefully my bravado came through. Happy birthday to you. I got to be honest with you. I can't see with these glasses, okay? I really can't. I don't know if I told you lately, but I'm old as dirt, and I'm blind as a freaking bat. Now I got to reposition my microphone. We don't want you guys hearing me screaming, right? We don't want you hearing me screaming. All right. Woo. Man, it's tough performing in front of an audience. You get all these little jitterbugs in your stomach. What kind of crap is that? I got to quit performing. I need to become a content creator or something. All right. I feel like I'm naked here. I know why. I see you guys. I can see you again. It looks like we ran a few people off. I'm sorry. I can't carry a tune in the bucket over here. But you know what? Bullhorn Betty did debut, right? Guys, don't forget to tip your entertainer, okay? Oh, Rusty. You know, I gotta tell you, I have the tune of my little sister. Maybe a little sweeter. No, I shouldn't lie. My little sister's voice is much sweeter than mine. I can do better when I got the echo on. You know, hello. No, that's the volume. Where's my echo? Oh, there it is. Hello. So much better. I need to stop. All right, guys, enough. So anyways, Brian Kohberger, you know, they've been out. They want us in now. We want to know what's going on. Did they screw up the indictment? I think the people are entitled to know, because again, if you really, it's kind of like a Stacey Wandra argument for me. Like, where did he come from? Had they not arrested him, we would never have found them organically. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't somebody that was noticeable or that was linked really well to him, you know? So, Betty Boop, Devil Doll, it's nice to see you. Good morning. We're having fun over here, Bullhorn Betty style. And I got the perfect cup. Jen is our friend, right? She gives us all the raunchy stuff for the show.
That was bullshit.
She keeps us laughing. So if you haven't told, it's me, Jen, thank you in a while. I gotta tell you, this cup of coffee tastes better coming out of this cup than any other cup I have. Then we went over to Alec Murdaugh, and I've got a mess of papers that we were supposed to go over today that we're probably not going to go over because we have this stuff that we're still going over with Summer Wells, and we're going to the Alec Murdaugh. And then this afternoon we've got Brian Koberger stuff. So it's it's just killing us to go over these documents, which probably, I always believe things happen for a reason. And when we should be going over these documents is out front of the courthouse as we're leading into the motion for new trial and getting everybody up to snuff on what to expect inside there. Because right now we're learning today, we actually have one of our beautiful subscribers at the hearing right now. I didn't realize this. Apparently, I missed the news flash when it came to Alec Murdaugh that they're having one of the juror members today. There was some kind of scheduling conflict where this particular jury member could not come next week. And so the judge is actually having, I think, a closed type of hearing with the juror or something like that. So we do have one of the members out there looking, going to be there. So I will have some up-to-date information on this hearing that I was completely, even if I was aware about it, there was no way I could possibly be there. It would just be too expensive because for me to go up there and then turn around and come right back home, it's just too costly. And then, because that's what I'd have to do to be there for this one, because there's no way I'd stay there the whole entire weekend just to, get one extra day. So cost effective wise, it just didn't make sense. So either way, we weren't going to be there for this hearing. But it is going on today. So we will be getting updates, which reminds me, I probably should make sure that my stuff is up to snuff here. Make sure everything's on. Okay. I think we got everything here. Let me make sure she is a favorite. There we go. Okay. I think we're okay. We'll see. I think I got it set up where we'll be okay. Oh, Unicorn. I just noticed that you tried to reach out to me. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Good morning, Unicorn. I don't know if Unicorn's out in the room or not, but she'll get us on replay either way. So that's kind of the update for Alec Murdaugh. Let's get over to Summer Wells because this is going to be a little more drawn out. If we get any information about Alec Murdaugh while we're going over the Summer Wells stuff this morning, we will definitely stop and look at some of the things that are going on with Alec Murdaugh, because that's going on in real time. But for all intents and purposes, what we're going over today is just removing the illusion about Don and Candace Wells. I think a lot of people forget about the Summer Wells case or are coming in so far behind the real, what really happened at the time it was happening. I got involved in this case personally, like where I wanted to go down there about 6 months after this case, kind of blew up. It wasn't that I wasn't involved with the case or wasn't paying attention to the case when it happened. It's just that when it happened, I really wasn't into the true crime area. If you guys recall, I really didn't come into the true crime realm until about September of 2021, which was about 3 months after Summer Wells went missing. And that particular case that I was working on that time was Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito was a beautiful blonde that went missing. She was from Florida. She lived with her boyfriend before they went on the road, just 45 minutes away from my home. And I had a friend that was friends with some of her family members. And they needed some information. We kind of worked together. We were trying to find out where she could be and what happened to her. And we were giving that information over to that particular family member of our findings. I don't know if it was ever relayed to her parents, but I have to think it was, because we did end up meeting Gabby's uncle as well while we were there. Her uncle lives in Naples and what have you. But once our case with Gabby Petito wrapped up, we went out to Moab, Utah, was it almost immediately? I want to say it was almost immediately after her case, to kind of walk what happened out there in Wyoming, Idaho, and Utah. There was a whole bunch of stuff going on right about the time that she had lost her life. So that's what we did. And after that, we came home, and everybody they really liked the work that we had done on Gabby. They liked the work we had done on Crystal and Kylan's case, and they were begging us and begging us and begging us to go out to Summer Wells. And we weren't going to take the case because we had at this time a friend that was a big time TikToker that actually lives in Tennessee. And he was informing us that, these haulers, especially the Beach Creek area, have been notorious for violent crimes and people disappearing, and that it was a dangerous place. And this particular person felt very uncomfortable raising money for us to get us out there, especially if something happened to us. He would never forgive himself. And that was basically what he told us. And then, of course, when we started getting involved, a lot of people didn't really like us because we actually went out and looked at things as opposed to sitting at home. And I think that kind of upset some people because, to be honest with you, we pointed it out. And I think it hurt, it made people, how people are when they feel insulted, even though we weren't intending to insult anybody. It's just, that's how they personally took it. And we were attacked, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna shoot first and ask questions later," And we had never dealt with this kind of, notoriety or scrutiny or, intimidation or anything like that. Like, I've been in politics and didn't have to deal with any of this. And politics is pretty brutal and cutthroat. But it pales into comparison to the stuff that goes on here. I will promise you that. I've been in both sides of it. And I can tell you that this place here, YouTube and other social media platforms, can be very, very, very dangerous. I've learned that politics is cutthroat, embarrassing, humiliating, all the gamut of stuff, but nothing that could injure you personally or physically. This stuff here is dangerous. I can tell you, it can get dangerous. But either way, we had never heard of it. So we were kind of a little terrified in a sense to go out there, and kind of why we chose to grow into a larger group, right? So it was just different measures to keep us safe. And, MGL really kind of fell in love with this child and really wanted to do her part and help. And I know she's a little controversial and what have you. And so are many of us, right? So are many of us, especially when it comes to advocacy and activists. You're going to get that behavior. But, we went out there to really try to find answers. And I really do think that we found a lot of the answers that we did need, whether it was the answers we were really wanting to find or not. I think we did find, a lot of answers that led us in the direction that we went. It wasn't just us just coming up with this idea. This was a lot of interviews. And you're talking about, for us, I want to say so far with the Summer Wells, we've had to have had at least 30 or 40 interviews with different neighbors, different people involved, all the people that were pretty much brought up as possible persons of interest that could have abducted Summer Wells. We talked to, like, the mortician. There was rumors that the guy worked for a morgue, and all the stuff that goes on with that. We talked to his daughter. We just went through a lot that did not come on YouTube at all, and people are upset because they want us to show our receipts. And I'm sorry, you can beat me up all day long if I think something is going to be detrimental to a case that I'm covering. I would never bring it to, I don't care how much pressure I get. Because at the end of the day, I do create content, but what's the core value of why I create the content? To help the case. If something is not going to help the case, I'm not going to do it. People are going to say, well, why are you out in front of people's house? Because we were trying to get somebody arrested. And sometimes advocacy is loud, unfortunately. You know, would I rather be somewhere else? You darn tootin'. Would I rather be covering something else? You darn tootin'. Would I rather be doing cooking shows that people tear apart? Absolutely. Right? Meaningless stuff. I would love to be doing meaningless stuff that is petty, right? But this calling is not meaningless and it's not petty. So Summer Wells disappeared, and the only people around her during her disappearance, although the plan B is an abductor, the only people around Summer Wells when she disappeared was her father, her mother, and her grandma, and her brothers. It was her family, and she still disappeared. This illusion that there's a dog trail, there is a dog trail. I still proclaim that, Don Wells probably uses it. I don't know, but it's outside of Grandis's trailer. So tell me how a man walked past Grandis's trailer with a child in tow. So when you start looking at all these factors that have been told to people all this time, and you're looking at that in conjunction where everything happened at, it shows a clear picture of what's going on, and it shows that there is no ability for an abduction. We showed yesterday Leslie Earhart talking about how 3 days after this child went missing and they still hadn't found her, they adamantly affirmed that there is no evidence of this abduction. That was day 3. They have not come off that. We're coming up to a 3-year milestone of Summer Wells missing, and law enforcement still has maintained that there is no evidence of an abduction. So if you take all of these fake people out of the equation, it only leaves a core group of people that were in and around Summer Wells at the time she disappeared. And you can't take those facts away. Many people want to manipulate them. Many people want to act like they don't exist, but that's the reality of it. Then people say that Summer's brothers didn't deserve to be taken from Candace and Don, that they are being unfairly withheld from Don and Candace. I have a lot of beautiful parents and grandparents in my chat. Some of them are slobs, right? I'm a slob. I am a slob. I'm an absolute slob, right? I'm a clean slob, but I'm a slob, right? I'm a slob. Do I have dust? No. Am I messy? Yeah. So there's one thing when I talk about this stuff as being, a slob or being filthy and dirty and living it's like, and we talk about it because I've been in a lot of older people's homes. And as you age, you can no longer do for yourself what you once did. That is a totally different situation than we have here, right? We know those people that as they age, they get a little bit, looks clean to me. Don't tell anybody. I have a fake reputation to uphold. Okay. Remember, there's a reason why I put this thing on. Right. So, anyways, it's like one of these things where I do believe that there's excuses for a house being of disarray. I am not a perfect person. I'm not a clean, a clean freak like my mother. My mother is a white glove, clean freak. Everything has a position. I think the reason why I'm not like my mother is because she's been like that my entire life. I never had to do anything. Like, I would love to pack up and move home with mommy, right? I get 3 hots and a cot, right? And free laundry service, right? We know you know your kids, you good mamas out there. You know all of us kids are thinking about moving home. Don't let us fool you. We might be old as dirt, but we're still thinking about going home to let mommy take care of us. Right? Mom, you better watch out. You might have a roommate coming soon.
Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord. So so we have these, I understand that, people's houses are not going to be, immaculate like my mother's. Okay. I understand that. And I don't think they're going to be as slobby as mine, right? I'm a slob. I don't like making my bed, but I do here and there, right? I like putting my cereal box on my dining table. I like coming in from the mailbox and throwing all the mail on the dining table. I like the dining table to be the collection spot of all the crap in the house. Okay? And then when it gets too high, I get frustrated and I clean it up, right? Like any normal person. My mom's a little different, right? It never goes on the dining table to begin with, all right? It goes in its proper place, okay? She goes through it. It's like, okay, I need to keep this. This goes here. I need to keep this. This goes here. I need to keep the, the rest of this is recycling. Don't want to forget to recycle, right? Mom's perfect, right? I don't know why, everybody talks about this fruit in this falling in this tree. Of all the things that I wish that I was the fruit that doesn't fall too far from the tree, it would be my cleaning abilities, right? Not even my cleaning ability, my organization abilities. That would be the one thing that I wish that when we say the fruit doesn't fall from too far from the tree, I wish that's what they would be referring to, right? That's not what we get with the Summer Wells case. You've got 3 well-bodied adults living in this house. You have 4 children, all of which are old enough to walk, talk, put their toys away, make their beds, and start folding their own laundry and sticking it in their drawers. They're at that age that they should be able to start learning those tasks and chores. 7 people live on this property. So this is where we are going to be going through this. We are going through this video. This video was captured by Chris McDonough. Chris McDonough is a retired detective, and he looks into this. He was actually out here. He was the first one that brought this rare event. I don't think Candace has ever let another person in this home to go over this. So obviously the only footage anybody can use for capturing this is done by Chris McDonough. Obviously we're using this under fair use for criticism and commentary purposes. And we're going to be discussing what we find. But I have to say, this is pretty shocking. To me, it's shocking. It's shocking to me that young children, and I know it happens, and I know it happens a lot in this area. I don't know why, but it does. And there's a lot of stuff. I don't know if this is trash. I don't know why they're keeping it. It just looks like a bunch of junk to me. But, somebody else's junk is somebody else's treasure. So I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide for yourself, okay? That's really all I can do. I can only show you guys, commentate on it, and let you guys decide for yourself. But I just want people to understand this, this illusion that these parents were really good parents to their children. I don't understand how people are getting to that conclusion is my concern. How are people coming to that conclusion? Because everything I have seen here concerns me about the welfare of their children. And with their children being taken out of their custody and not given back, it seems to me that appears to be the same sentiments that the state of Tennessee has as well. So I found a new channel. Oh, thank you. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit, but it's great having you. Thank you for being here. And don't forget to share. Let everybody know that this is the new channel. At least for a few months. So I'm going to go ahead and just without further ado, we're already 44 minutes into the segment, and we've got, this is going to take us probably about an hour or so to get through. So this is the outside of the house. This is the outside of the Summer Wells residence. And in all fairness, I'll put this up and then I'll move it to the big screen if I think something's important so you guys can at least see my face. But in all fairness, this is no different than, what I would see in a country, rural area home. Okay. I've been out to Mayaca City. I see a lot of properties that are in this array with their children. The outside of the home is trashy, but when you walk inside the home, it's cleaned up, it's clean. It's a home for the family to live in and thrive in. Oh, thank you, Turtle Madness. God bless you. Thank you. I want to go over there and see what the super sticker is. But now it's going to probably take forever to get down to the very bottom because I haven't been on this side of the screen. If it's flooding the screen and lagging it, just give it a second. I wanted to see this. Aw, that's cute. Oh, somebody's just now getting to the ha ha ha. That's cute. That's cute. So this, I'm not too shocked with the outside of the home, but it's the outside of the home in conjunction, unfortunately, with the inside of the home that I'm having an issue with. Oh, sorry, it's just going to lag just a little bit. And that's the dog trail right there. That's the dog trail that they're referring to. Here's Candace's camper. And you got a clear path right there. So this is the only other path that they're referring to. Oh, let me take this down. Maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. Let me put it up on the big screen because this is kind of important. So here's the back of Grandma's camper. Can you see? There we go. Back of Grandma's camper right here. Okay. This path right here, this patch, you can see almost this, every time I get down there, my thing, the little thing pops up. But there's like a little dip right at the bottom of my cursor, not at the top of my cursor, at the bottom of my cursor. There's like this dip, and that's the trail. So you got a dog trail, but the dog trail is right here by Grandma's camper. Again, leading me to believe, how people were bringing up these dog trails as a way to prove that there was an abductor on this hill that took Summer. Okay, well, Candace said that she was in this camper and walked back and realized that Summer was gone. So tell me how a man was able to snatch Summer and walk past both Candace and Candace and not be seen. And not be seen with Summer. Again, these are things that people need to be asking. But a lot of people want to sit there and throw things out. Well, there's a way. There's dog trails. Well, okay. Where are the dog trails? Oh, so what? Now we're saying that they went right by Candace? Allie says, hold on. There it goes. Both different and cadaver dogs, helicopter with heat signatures. They need that Toyota Tacoma driver. The Toyota Tacoma driver was Don Wells. Don Wells drives a Toyota Tacoma. And they were talking about the red truck and Candace saying she'd never seen a red truck like that. And it's funny because there's always a red truck. There's red trucks literally right down the road from them. There's red trucks all over. So I don't know which red truck they were referring to. I haven't seen a picture of this red truck. I've only heard about this red truck, but they're in the grand scheme of things, there are plenty of red trucks in and around that area. When I was there in 2022, I think there was at least three different red trucks within a 1/10 of a mile of their home in a rural area. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I never really put a lot of weight in that truck, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean something, in all reality. But that's where the dog trail is, right there. Yeah, the work truck on the ladders. And I actually seen a red truck like that on Don's job. One of the workers was using it. Might even be a Tucker Company truck.
Okay.
So now you guys got a lay of the land on the exterior. He's going to be meeting with Candace, and she's going to kind of take him through the house. I'm not going to go through all the conversations. We're just going to go through the house conversation about what she did that day. Oh, I must have hit something.
Hi, I'm Nicole Hockley from Sandy Hook Promise. I know this is hard to hear.
I know what it is. It's because I'm on a different account. Let me pull this back just a second. For whatever reason, it's on my account that has ads. Let me get this switched over to a different account. I thought it was on the different account, but I guess not. There we go. I don't remember which. Crap. House part 2. Let's see. It just ended up going out. Hold on one second. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one here. All right. Sorry about that. I got it back up. So we're going to go. Oh, this is his commentary of it. Hold on. Dad, burn it. I don't know what in the world. Is this it? That's Warrior's Path. Sorry, guys. I had it all up, but then it just switched on me. I can't seem to find the freaking video. There it is. This has to be it. 7 months later, inside the wells. There it is. Does anybody remember which one it is? I can't seem to find it. I'm having a hard time here. All right, well, I'll just go to the one that I know. We'll just get back to this one. Hopefully he's not talking over it. But I have a funny feeling this one he's going to be talking over. Here it is. Got it. Sorry.
Okay, just.
We got it back. Let me go ahead and put it up on here. Yeah. Hopefully it stays on this one. I have to use this channel because this is the one that I don't have commercials on. I pay for the services. So we're going to go back to the when she goes into the house. And we're getting up to that point. And so here we are, right here.
Oh, she liked it. She just liked to swing. All the kids did.
Now, I don't want to talk about the boys right now because I know that's, a tough another part of your heart, okay? Yeah. And that's none of my business. Right. I'm not here for any of it. You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge anybody, right? Right. I'm here to talk about something and help you find someone, okay? And help anybody find her, okay? That messaging. Okay, so you go into the house.
Go in the house.
Can I follow you in, or do you comfortable with that? Huh?
I don't know what about this. Still a captain.
And is this they're going to attack me?
No.
Oh, I was I'm teasing you. The dog's going to attack me.
All right, here it is.
All right, well, we walked up in here and we got.
Yeah, I know.
Right there.
You know.
I just want you guys to see the condition that these children were living in. These are live exposed electrical wires hanging all over this home, just running through and dangling. This right here, I can tell you, is a fire hazard, electrocution hazard. Kids do stupid stuff like getting on chairs and swinging from things that are usually hanging. This is a very concerning home with all of these electrical cords running all over this house. Never mind this stuff. They're saying that she washed clothes. Look how many dirty clothes are literally laying everywhere. I don't understand if this is okay. If people think that this is something that 4 children should live in, can you imagine the breathing issues with all those animals inside, all the dirt coming from outside in, and then all of this stuff? Never mind all the electrical cords that are just hanging freely, providing the whole house power. This is electric that can kill someone.
Oh, I know, right? So, okay, watching TV. Where's Summer?
Summer, she was with me.
Okay, so walk me through that.
All right, well, we walked up in here and we got Josie, Wyatt, and Waylon, the boys.
Right,
Well,
you put the groceries down, right?
Yeah, well, we went back out and then we brought the groceries in and put them down. And then Mom, she went and took her stuff to her house, put her stuff away.
Okay,
And then, of course, me and Summer went back over, put our stuff away.
okay. You went back in.
Yeah, me and Summer went back in the house. And then we were just doing normal stuff.
Okay.
On the house like we normally do.
Like they normally do. I don't know when I have ever heard them do normal stuff around the house. What I have heard is I've heard law enforcement come over to their house, and Candace was so drunk she was passed out in the seat in her chair with 4 young kids running around unattended. I've heard that. I don't know what normal stuff they're talking about, because according to everybody else, their normal stuff is running around and hanging out with a bunch of friends and doing a bunch of stuff that they shouldn't be doing. That's their normal stuff, at least prior to Summer disappearing. Now, I do know that their normal stuff has changed since Summer disappeared. But the stuff that they were doing up to her disappearance, the normal stuff wasn't this. Let me see what somebody says. Oh, good morning, Stuffers. It's nice to see you. Looking inside like a rummage. Yeah, it's not good. It's unhealthy. Even if a parent, this is a little overkill. You got the reason why I'm bringing this up is because you got 3 well-bodied adults and 3 children. Why are they not cleaning up after themselves? All these kids should be at that age where they should be able to wash their own dishes, make their own beds, put their clothes away, clean up the house, sweep, right? Chores is a great thing for young kids. It teaches them values. It teaches them, what is it? A system. Get up, do this, right? They're losing all of that. I also saw a compromising photo. I don't know how true it is. It's been making its way around. A compromising photo of, or an inappropriate photo of Candace as a young girl with her father that's been going around, that I'm hearing some stuff about it. And it, I don't like that it is going around or talking, even though how I feel about Candace and stuff like that. But the one thing I'm getting out of that photo is if she was taught that way as a young child, why would she think that there was anything wrong with it when Dawn may have, done something or acted in the same fashion with Summer? If you're taught that it's okay, you don't know that it's wrong. You have no idea that it's wrong. And, a lot of people have brought up the fact that Candace seems to be, that she doesn't process things like normal people process things, that, you know, she might have some type of disability of some sort, right? And it's not like I've heard that from we were talking about that with I think it was Michelle Walks talked about it, and she even talked about a lot of her history. That was about a year or so ago, maybe in 2022. Good morning, Samantha. It's nice to see you. Inspirational. It's nice to see you as well. And Samantha, we got two Samanthas back to back. It's nice to see you. I was a paramedic. You would be surprised at how many homes look like that. That have small children. I heard, you know, when I was really in the grips of my addiction, my house was not to that level, but it wasn't kept clean at all. It was disgusting. And so every time I see that houses like that, I just equate it to, you know, drugs and alcohol, substance abuse, because I just feel like even normal people can only deal with so much, you know, that it really does take extra stuff. Hold on just a second. Oh, you're so cute. So getting back to this, now we're going to go inside the house. Again, the inside of this house is pretty remarkable, but it's not really just the inside of the house. It's where Summer's room is inside the house. And we're about to get to that portion of this video now. So we've seen that. Here's how you get to her room.
Oh, down into her bedroom.
Our bedroom, and then hers is on the other side.
Oh, okay, in the basement.
Yeah, in the basement.
Well, this makes
So they basically say that the entire family lives down here in this cubby.
sense now, see?
And then I yelled, I said, Summer. And she didn't, I listened for a minute, I didn't hear nothing. So I went like this, because this is how I would get down here.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you want to come down here or not.
So my question is, even this, when she was hollering down there to Summer or whatever, you would think that she would have hollered down there and maybe walked outside, because the outside's right out that door, and maybe went into the basement door from the outside if it was unlocked or open or whatever Don tried to say it was. But apparently she decides to crawl down this little cubby to see if she's down in the basement. Apparently, I don't know. That's what and that's what she said this entire time as well.
Do I got to be tiny to get in there?
No, you should.
Can we come in from the other side?
Well, we can, but it makes more sense if you went this way.
Okay, I'll follow you. Oh man, good grief,
No, I know
girl.
if my 6-foot husband can fit down here, you can.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit, you can.
This. Oh my gosh.
Look at all those power cords.
This is mine.
More power cords. Let me pause it. Let me just back it up just ever so slightly.
Huh?
My husband's 6 foot. I know if he can fit, you can.
This.
So Chris is having a hard time trying to get down these floors. Look at all of these electric cords. This is power cords that are feeding electric to their receptacles and switches. This is live electrical wires right here at Paralegal Liz. Oh yes, Paralegal Liz just sent me a photo. She's there. She's cute as a button, guys. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. Don't worry, I'm not going to show your photo, but oh, you're so cute. You're so cute. It's cute. Let's keep watching.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all of those electrical cords. Those live wires just laying down everywhere.
Way to go.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was, because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here.
This is their room. I don't know if you guys can see that. You might have to get on your regular TV. But there's nothing in these kids' rooms.
This is my husband's room.
Okay.
And over here, well, it's a mess again.
That's all right.
But this is where Summer and little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only...
Let's see, I'm at 12. We want to get right at, I think it's 15. That's the room. There's nothing there in that room.
But this is where
Look
Summer...
at that. There's nothing in that room. There's nothing.
And little Waylon was. Because Waylon's only 9.
Okay.
And they stayed down here.
Look at that room. There's nothing in it. There's no real toys in it. There's just mattresses on the floor, it looks like. It's sad. It's depressing. Okay, guys? It's depressing.
And these are all her toys, all her Paw Patrols,
All her movies. She's got a movie about the Savior.
The boys
And
that-
what she considers toys, guys, what Candace considers toys for her are little toys. She calls those things that they get at the dollar store, you know, toys. And she's so proud of all these toys Summer has. But they're all on like 2 shelves of these little, that's what she had to play with. There were no real toys here for this young girl to play with. And the real good toys that she did have to play with, like her little pink, it's one of those, I want to call it a bike, but it's not. It looks like a 4-wheeler, but it's not powered in any way. It's one that you have to put your feet on the ground. You know which one I'm talking about, and it's pink, and it's got the wheels for it. It's for a little girl, little kid to play on. It's like, you know, maybe, I don't know, 2.5 feet long, you know, and they just sit on it and scoot. That was off the mountain. That was hanging off the mountain. So any real toys that she did have that she could play with appeared to go off a Kettler car, pedal car. Yeah, but it didn't have any pedals. You had to use your feet to move. It had wheels and everything on it, and the bar moved, but it was one of those that the kid had to, you know, push with their feet on the ground. It didn't even have any, you know, any pedals or anything like that on it. So that was on the side of the mountain. So those were the only toys that I could ever really see Summer playing. She didn't have anything to play with, really. Power wheels. Thank you, Angie. Yeah, exactly like that Flintstone car. Yeah, like that too.
I brought back down here after she went missing because I didn't want them upstairs.
Look at that room, just bare. It's just
And
depressing.
this is all her toys.
These are all her toys. All these toys that are down here are all her, except for like the trucks and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the game system. That's the boys'.
Okay.
But them are all her toys.
And she's really into Paw Patrol. I see that.
I've been collecting from day one. And these are all her little ponies that we
10 on windows.
And then these are them girls that she liked.
The one thing I get, you know, that seems like it just really is so profound in this is the fact that the way Candace is handling herself, she thinks all of this is normal. She thinks that a girl not having really any meaningful toys is normal. She thinks that throwing a mattress on the floor and just having a place for somebody to crash that's not on the concrete is normal. She thinks this life is normal, and that just tells me that she herself has lived like this, that this is what has been when you live a certain way, you expect to live a certain way. For example, if you come from a family with money, living without money probably feels like death. Just everything really opposite, right? So it doesn't really matter. But to me, it just seems like she feels like this is the way everybody lives. And I talk about that because whenever I was younger, I talk about a very specific thing that happened to me when I was younger, about when I realized that, you know, maybe my life wasn't as normal as, say, some of my friends. And there was this thing where I thought this was normal. I thought parents just argued all the time. I had no idea, right? I had no earthly idea. So it's one of those light bulb moments, like where I keep looking at this, but I think this is the first time that I looked at this and said, you know, and maybe I might have said this in the past. Maybe I got that vibe the last time we went over this video, but I feel like this is they're doing all this because this is how they were taught. This is how they were taught to live, and that cycle was never broken.
New fashion. I don't know what they are, little princesses or whatever. She's like all kinds of. Here's one of them bracelets.
Oh, that's just one of them. What do they call these? Oh, this is a little pony bracelets.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really called, but she liked them, and so I just every time I go to the garage sale, I'd buy her what she wanted.
Okay.
You know, whenever I got a little bit of money, I spend it on the kids.
Yeah, this is her. This is I understand her now.
Yeah.
Even better. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is really important.
But yeah, I come down and I searched. I looked.
But you see how Chris handles himself? He's not he doesn't appear overly shocked, you know, but he does say cueing information like, I understand her a little better now. I understand her a little better now. When I heard him say that, I didn't get, like, I got like, he kind of knew right then and there that this girl wasn't living a wholesome, you know, that the lifestyle that was created by her parents wasn't wholesome or good. It just doesn't appear that way. You've got, you know, mom and dad, there's no door on this. Mom and dad literally on the other side of the wall. What do these kids see in that house? You know, they've probably seen a lot of stuff that young eyes probably shouldn't have seen, you know, and it's just with Don and Candace getting intoxicated. God knows what those kids have seen. This is not a, you know, I want to take away this illusion that, you know, Summer had this great life and Don and Candace are just being picked on. That's not true. It's just not. Yeah, Allie, and yeah, they said it did go to the road, but it didn't show that it just showed that she went to the road. And who took her? Who took her? I wonder if they
underneath the beds under there. We can't really get on. I can't get on there.
Yeah,
But I looked under there, looked under every blanket I could possibly look under.
Yep.
And then I come over here and I look on one side and see nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard on.
So Candace is saying that she can't remember whether that door was locked or not. And we have Don Wells adamantly stating that it was unlocked. How would he know? How would he know if the one person that was there didn't? You don't believe me? Let's listen to that again. She didn't remember where it was. Let's listen.
Look on one side and see nowhere. And I don't recall if this was locked or not. I don't recall that.
Okay.
But I know it's hard on. But I know I did come out here and I said Summer, because sometimes she'll sit right here and just sit here and play just for, you know.
So she has no earthly idea whether that door was locked or unlocked. She just remembers going at it. I don't understand how she can't remember whether she unlocked it or not. But, you know, in all fairness, when you're kind of, you have anxiety, like say you can't find your kid, I'm sure there's a lot of actions that you take that you're not thinking about. Your body's just moving in that anxious motion. So there is the possibility that she was frantic and unlocked the door or just opened it. But I think one thing that we can deduct from her statement is at least the door was closed. So the door had to be opened, whether it had to be unlocked and open or open, that door was closed. And nobody heard that door open or close inside the home or outside the home until Candace went at it.
Usually when she comes out and she goes directly that way up to the swing.
Oh, okay, so this is like her.
Yeah, she
come running out. Yep. Oh, yeah, you can see the path here.
Right to the swing.
Right, you can see where she could have run right up to
here. And
here.
this is all the further she would go. She wouldn't leave.
Okay.
She wouldn't go nowhere else.
So even the parents are saying that she would not leave. Okay, so We have law enforcement. We have law enforcement saying there's no possibility of abduction. And we've got the parents saying she wouldn't just walk off the property. Let me repeat that. Law enforcement says there's no possibility of an abduction. And she says there's no possibility of Summer just wandering off.
To go around this side. What is this blue thing here?
Oh, that was we were putting trash in it,
Okay.
and we did have a trash man at the time, but he stopped running.
Oh, wow.
I got lost.
And they have those barrels, guys, all over the place. Is it possible that there might be a barrel somewhere? There is. There is.
Okay. I'm going to film around this side. Now walk me through, what's this little
Oh, that right there?
little cave thing there?
That's not really a cave. Actually, we built this addition, me and Donnie and the kids.
Oh, okay.
And we left this part open because the dog, at the time, we did have little puppies. These dogs were little puppies.
Uh-huh.
And we let them go under there. They would run in and out of the bricks over there. There's actually 7 pups up under there now.
Okay.
So they left a hole under their house that they say is for the puppies. But again, it's also a place that other wild animals can habitat in. I mean, I don't know. I think I would have worked to get all the puppies out and built them a little dog house or something, as opposed to a wide open hole gaping under my home that other, even like raccoons, and raccoons do a number to insulation, wire, you know, your electrical wire. They chew all that crap up. They chew all of that crap up. So again, just something to be aware of. And yes, I do believe that they would have had dogs sniff that area and stuff like that. If anybody's worried about it, I know that that hole has been talked about by many people. I don't believe that that's where Summer would be, that I know of.
And it's always been open like that.
So that is really the house. That's the inside and the outside of the living conditions in and around the time that Summer Wells disappeared from Rogersville, Tennessee. There's a lot of things. So now let's take the information we learned from yesterday and apply it and attach it to the information we learned today. So yesterday we learned that Don Wells had some strange behavior the day before Summer Wells went missing. His employee, worker, you know, partner, whatever you want to call Dudley, went to the house on the 14th and saw Don in this very depressed, weird, slumped over state in a tub on a construction site. And he was like, what's wrong? And he seemed, let me sneeze here. Excuse me. And he described seeing Don in this weird state and never quite understood why he was so depressed. Nobody really understood that. Nobody could quite grasp why. And then from Don, this last trip, we did hear that there was a Department of Children and Family Services that went to their house the day before. But other than hearing people say that, I've never been able to corroborate that, because unfortunately the Department of Children and Family Services are a very confidential organization, and I have a problem with that as well. But you don't really get a whole lot of information when it comes to these children cases to protect the children of the cases. And I think that that's wholly opposite. We need to know so we can protect the kids, not only from their parents, but also the system as well, right? Because we don't want to believe the system can be corrupted, which we all know it can be. So there's a double-edged sword here when it comes to this DCS or DCF claim. and whether they were there. Well, this last trip, Don Wells did inform me that that is a true statement, that the Department of Family and Children's Services came over that evening on the 14th around 6:30 at night. When we rewind a little bit. So now you take Don Wells' odd behavior the day before Summer Wells went missing, the fact that Dudley, a person that knew Don, worked next to Don, had a lot of information on Don, his comings, his goings, what substances he liked, didn't like, how often his kids were on the job sites, what type of, condition they lived in, a whole host of stuff Dudley knew about because he had been working with Don Wells for some time and knew him even before that, before they started working together. So you take all that weird behavior. Dudley was fired before the end of that day. Don goes home. He's met with the Department of Children and Family Services around 6:30 at night. He reports that everything appeared to be in good working order, that according to the Department of Children and Family Services, they were going to drop the case. There was going to be an unfounded complaint. When the Department of Children and Family Services were leaving, Don Wells told me that one of the supervisors, the female of the duo that came out there, saw Summer on the side of the house and walked her away and chatted with her just for a few moments. And that was it. And they all left. No big deal. That's the way it ended. Well, fast forward to 24 hours later, Summer Wells is disappeared. She's gone. She has never been seen or heard from since. And there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of scrutiny on this case since Summer Wells went missing. We analyzed their movements from their entire day. We took Hunter's statements about where they went that day and what they did. And we went to all those places and recorded those for everybody to see what those places were. One of the troubling things that I know is that one of the places they went, which was the hippie house, which sells, THC or hemp-based products at these stores. So it's more of a hemp-based product store, if you get my drift, what in the smell and everything. It's a hemp-based store. So why is a young child going in there with a teenage boy and that mother, and she's trying to say that she only got nicotine vapes, but she had already been to a store previously and got nicotine vapes. So what were they really doing there? I don't think they were at the hippie house to get nicotine vapes. That's not the store you get nicotine vapes. Can you get nicotine vapes? Yes, you can. I know you can. I purchased them, but guess what? There are no Skittles. You had wintergreen, mint. I can't remember. It was some mint and some other stuff, but there was no Skittles. There was no real flavored nicotine. If they have them now, they didn't have them then because I was at the store and I bought what I could because I don't do the hemp stuff. So I ended up getting the THC products. I bought 2 of them. I didn't even like the flavor. It was disgusting. So I ended up throwing them away. Blew $300, or not $300, but $30 and ended up throwing the vapes away. I didn't really care for them. It's not, those vapes weren't products of the hippie house. They were just a supplier of them. The one I happened to get just wasn't my flavor. It was weird. It was wintergreen and I didn't like it. Also on Chris McDonough's interviews, he actually has Candace go down to the water hole, and the water hole is a little weird too as she's describing her day. And when she's describing her day at the water hole, it's much different than what Hunter described the day at the water hole to be. The day at the water hole, Hunter said that she talked to Don, and Don was on his way home with the boys, and that's it. Hold on a second. I think this might be it. I think this is just his discussion of it. I want to find the actual interview to the water hole. That's the one that's needed. Here it is. No. Uncut interview with Hunter and his. We need to go over that now that Allie is gone. That breaks my heart that Allie's gone. It really does. Let me go over here and put Waterhole in. All right. Here it is. Yeah, that's it. And he describes some things. Here it is.
Ministers, welcome.
She likes bracelets and jewelry, and she's just a round girl.
Yeah, yeah. So let's take me back to that day when y'all were here swimming.
Okay.
You okay with that? Okay. So
now I have to be honest with you. I thought Chris McDonough gave Candace and Dawn a fair shake. He wasn't nasty. He wasn't mean to them. But he's also a detective that knows how to read people, that knows BS, that knows that statements aren't adding up, that knows that their timeline is Swiss cheese. And he's just trying to find information. Don Wells started attacking Chris McDonough because he started saying all Chris McDonough wanted to do was try to destroy him. I truly believe Chris McDonough went out here, just like many of us have gone out to this area to find out the truth about what happened. And I find it awfully funny that everybody that goes out there that truly is trying to find out what happened to Summer Wells, we all end up coming back with the same conclusions. But some Yahoo on YouTube that barely has a high school education tells people, oh, they're all lying. This is for clout. This is for a click and a view. They're just these parents. I can't believe they're attacking these parents. The Summer Wells parents. Oh my gosh, they're such victims. They're victims of Bullhorn Betty. No, they are not. They are victims of themselves. They are victims of themselves. People go out here and they have looked at this case many, many, many times. Not just me, not just MGL, not just Justice for All. I mean, we even have Stinton has the soup. I don't even know who she is. I just happened to meet her while I was out there. Smiley, Don B, right? All of these people, all of these creators that have gone out here and investigated this case all come back with the same conclusion. But some idiot on YouTube says, oh, these parents are great and everybody just wants to believe them. Oh, because they got Don Wells on there. It's disgusting. It's just insulting. It's insulting to Summer. It's insulting to Summer. And it's hard to watch. And it's hard to watch people attack other creators for telling the truth while these creators are trying to change the narrative, right? You can't change the narrative. These are the facts. You've seen the conditions Summer was living in. Let's hear her and see what Candace has to say about this waterhole. There's a few key things that make me feel like something happened here. Never mind what Hunter said. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Maybe not today, but we will be getting to that.
let's walk me down. Is this where you parked?
Yeah, this is where I park. I park here all the time.
All the time. And now, do you come here a lot?
I used to come here a lot. Yeah.
And do you bring the kids here?
I'd bring the kids here all the time, and they'd either fish or swim.
Okay.
Whichever.
Right.
It's there's nobody down here hardly.
Right.
So it's away from. I don't like to be.
Horse stable. The people at the horse stable said their truck left twice. Both Candace and Hunter have maintained that they went there until they had to leave to go get. They brought Candace there. I think Candace was with them when they showed up there. But the people over at the horse stable said that the truck left one time and came back. And I've always wondered, did they leave Summer in the water?
The kids around a bunch of other kids because of all the sickness and stuff that's been going around, different kids and stuff like that.
Yep.
So this was more secluded, private kind of thing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes
I'm
sense.
more of a quiet kind of person. I don't like to be in a big crowd.
Yeah.
I tend to stick to myself and my family.
She doesn't like to be in big crowds, but her house was a revolving doors for strangers.
And that's it.
Yeah. And when you guys got here, who was with you? There's a lot of rumors
my
about.
mother was with me.
Yep.
And my daughter.
Yep.
Summer, and Hunter was with us.
Okay.
So you heard her. Her mother, Summer, Hunter, and her were the only ones together that day.
Tell me about the dynamics of what everybody was doing. Who was doing what when you first got here? What happened?
I got out of the car first, and then I opened the back door because my mom's got a double door on her truck.
Right.
So I opened the back door and I let her and Hunter out.
Okay.
And Summer's first thing is to run to the water, of course.
Right.
I was like, Summer, just wait. Let me get my stuff, and I'll walk over there with you. And she was.
Do you believe that, Mother of the Year? I you know what? I don't know. But it's hard to believe after everything that I know about this lady.
Waited for me, and I don't know. Hunter went off into the woods somewhere. I don't know.
Now, where was Summer sitting?
So
you see how she just kind of discredited. She tried to, right from the gate, she tried to discredit Hunter. She basically said that Hunter got there and he ran off to the woods. Why did he run off to the woods? You know, she tried to say that she did not buy him that twisted tea. She tried to say she didn't buy him, the vape or anything like that she wasn't doing all that. Well, then why is he running off to the bushes right when he gets there? It sounds to me like he was wanting to go get tatered up. But his statement says he was by the truck with them, hanging out.
Sitting in the middle seat.
Okay.
Hunter was sitting on the end.
Okay.
And my mom said, hold on a minute, so we wait for my mom to get out.
Okay.
And Hunter, he just done disappeared into the woods. I don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay.
And me and my mom and Summer walked over there, and we were just letting Summer play, and then Hunter eventually come back out of the woods wherever he was.
Okay.
And
so let's walk over there. Show me.
Listen to this, guys. You're going to want to listen to this.
And I'll just follow you, okay?
No.
So
he puts his hand back to the photographer saying, hang back. That's his hang back move. Not stop, just hang back past us. He doesn't want to crowd her while he's starting to pull in her emotions and walking through her and recounting her. But it's the statement that she says that has me believe that this whole situation, there's something more that happened at this water hole. And here's what it is.
You on which direction? And
everything's slow motion now.
Right there. Everything is slow motion now. If you know anything about trauma or anxiety or things like that, when you're reliving something that was traumatic, it's in slow motion. And so that was one of the first things that we heard her say when she was out at this water hole, which caused us back at this time, 2 years ago, to really hone in on this water hole area, because you didn't hear her say that at the house, right? The house, according to Candace, is the place that Summer Wells disappeared from. But she didn't say that it's slow motion there at the house. She didn't seem like she had the traumatic event at the house. It sounds like whatever traumatic event happened at this water hole, because this is where everything is starting to be in slow motion for her. It was just a weird statement to say, especially since Summer disappeared from their home, allegedly, and not this water hole. Why is she having these behaviors at this area? Those are the issues that I think are important in this whole interview that Chris McDonough did.
I know. So which direction does Hunter go?
He went that way.
He went that way. Now, was he in a bathing suit?
Yeah, TBI searched
No,
everything.
I think he just had his shorts and his shirt on.
Okay, and
And let me just comment on that, Allie. Just to let everybody know, not only TBI, but there were multiple searches done of the same areas. So they've searched other areas, but they've also come back and researched areas. So yeah, this stuff went. They did a lot of heavy searching. Waterways. They did air search, land search, water searches. They did ATV searches, horse searches. They had dog searches. They've had searches. And that also bodes right into this child didn't just wander off this property. So we have law enforcement not finding this girl, which is indicative of what Candace said about how her daughter would never just walk off. If she had just walked off, she would have been found by now, with especially the many searches that they did. So you've got, she won't walk off. You've got corroboration that she most likely didn't walk off. You got the mom saying she wouldn't walk off, and you got the searches that didn't produce Summer Wells. So that's indicative she didn't just walk off. Then you have the abduction theory, and the abduction theory, the law enforcement comes out and says there is no evidence of this abduction theory. So then you have to look at the parents. And this still comes right back to what Ricky Beavers said to us the other day about how he believes she's still alive. Just because he believes she's still alive doesn't mean that she was abducted. The parents could still have had a hand in that as well. I mean, there's not very many people that I personally know that has been to a home that peddles in this type of product to be sold. I mean, it's a very highly illegal product to sell, especially in the United States. It could, here in the state of Florida, it can get you the death penalty. So again, there's only one person that I've ever heard that knows those types of places. And again, even if that were the case and we were to apply Ricky Beavers' perspective to this, it still comes back to the parents. We have law enforcement for almost three solid years adamantly proclaiming there is no evidence of this alleged abduction. And if they truly believe that this was an abduction, remember, Summer Wells, we all have been discussing these Amber Alerts and the criteria that is required to get an Amber Alert out there. They have an Amber Alert for Summer Wells that they are stating has never been abducted. That tells you a lot, because they have to have an idea of who may have taken her or a vehicle, yet they still have an Amber Alert and still met that criteria to have an Amber Alert. Something to think about. There's a lot of criteria that needs to be met to get that Amber Alert. And they are maintaining that Summer Wells was not abducted.
Summer, was she in her bathing suit?
Yes.
And how did she get in her bathing suit? Or...
I actually put her bathing suit on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
Okay.
So
she's saying that she already had her bathing suit on, according to this. So now she's already in outfit 1. And we're going to say outfit 1, according to Candace's story, is the bathing suit. Is the bathing suit.
Just something small and thin, not so hot.
Okay. Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay.
So she gets too hot. I want you to hear these words. I want you to pay close attention to the words she's saying up front, because all these words she's saying up front are going to be contradicting herself here in just a few moments.
And what was the temperature that day? Give me an idea.
Probably in the 80s.
Okay. So it's Tennessee warm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like it is now.
And are you an air conditioned person, or in your mom's truck was the
No.
AC on or
I
off?
don't like AC.
Okay.
She says she doesn't like AC, but I heard that the AC didn't work in that vehicle. Now, again, I'm not driving that vehicle. I've never been in that vehicle, and I have not checked that air conditioning in the vehicle. Those are what I heard.
So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right. So all three of you together.
Yeah.
Now, how does Mom's knee handle this hill here?
Well, she uses her cane, so it's a little bit easier, and she'll.
And I will tell you, it is steep. You can see how steep it is because the photographer is literally above their heads, video down. And you're talking about a woman that just came out of the hospital just a few minutes prior to this, coming from the hospital because of her knee. And grandma walked down this steep embankment to go to the water. I don't know if I believe that, because if she got down, how can she get back up? She can, it's easier to go down an incline than it is to walk back up it. So she's saying she had her cane. Well, how did she put the pressure on her knee to climb back up? Something to look at.
Hold on to my shoulder so
Okay.
she doesn't fall or nothing.
So you're
That's still going down. What about going up? You have to put your whole body weight on your knees and legs to climb.
kind of escorting her down here.
Yeah.
And is Summer ahead of you or behind
She's
you?
right here in front of me.
Okay. You should walk me through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here.
Now, I do also want to bring everybody's attention before we get down there that there is a video out where that you can see how Summer acts in the presence of her parents. And this is a church event. And Candace is passed out in the benches at the church, passed out. Don is awake and paying attention to church while Candace is like this in church. Their daughter is running around so much while the church is in process that Miss Robin picks her up and holds her through the rest of the service. So when I hear that Summer is just right in front of Candace, I know that's not true because I've seen how Summer acts and how she runs around and how rambunctious she is. And I just don't think that that's a true statement based upon Summer's normal, spunky, behavior. So I just, and I know many people that have been with me for a while know exactly what video I'm talking about, the church video, right? Remember that? It's at, what was that, at the Seventh-day Adventist? Somebody got it and released it online?
I mean, usually, like I said, we go slow because of my mom's knee.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
I was just standing here at the end, and then, well, the water's up a lot further than it usually is. Usually it's down. You can usually see all that wood sticking up out of the water. And she was just playing right here.
I will tell you, on Summer Wells' 2-year milestone of her disappearance, we wanted to let law enforcement know that we still cared about her, that we were still fighting for her. We didn't want them to stop fighting for her. So we did it in front of the sheriff's department. It was the safest place to do it. And not only that, it's not just about doing something on behalf of Summer's Day, but it's about advocating for her name, and letting law enforcement know there's still a lot of people that want answers. I don't know what we're going to do for her 3-year, because usually I've already started making plans during January. And last year I didn't make the plans, and there was the plans kind of fell through due to some other issues going on, I guess, with Dolly, and we learned about those and just how horrible for people to do that. So I don't know what we're going to do for the 3-year milestone for her. And that'll be June 15th. But if I do have a hand in anything, it's most likely going to be back at that sheriff's department, because that's where I want the avocation to be. I want them to quit forgetting about her, quit forgetting about that precious, beautiful face and that precious, beautiful name. I think that we've been entirely too quiet in this case, personally. I truly do believe that we're too quiet. You know, things kind of settled down. And we did that for a reason. In my opinion, law enforcement was begging us just to get our foot off their neck and let them do their job. And that's what we did. And guess what? Now we've got a cold case. This is the problem. Now we've got a cold case. We try to do it today and we get cold cases. So it's just, it's a little disheartening. And it's just, you know, I know that there's a path forward with justice for her, but the way it's looking right now is if this is going the way it's going, it's going to be 7 years before we see any justice for her. And I just wish somebody could assign a guardian ad litem, or maybe the guardian ad litem for the brothers start advocating to, you know, have her deemed deceased. Then the case can start moving forward. You know, the courts need to deem her deceased so they can start having a meaningful death investigation, because I truly, it's just my opinion. I know Ricky Beavers is on the other hand and does not believe that, you know, she's gone, but she hasn't been seen, in my opinion. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Oh, all right. So paralegal Liz is at the courthouse. She had already planned on going. And actually was informing me yesterday that she was planning on going today, and I hadn't realized. And she's like, I think you missed my message. And then she was explaining it. And I said, well, there was no way I'd be able to get up there anyway. And then she said she figured, but that she had gotten off work to go. So she can't take her phone in. She just let me know that she got there, got a great parking spot, but can't take her phone in. So as soon as we get some information back from her, we will share that with all of you. Oh, I wanted to show you. I got my card in here. Let me show you the photos. Before we get going on Summer Wells and the rest of this, I'm going to stop and just take a break. I want to show you these photos. They turned out great. Well, some of them came in blurry, but some of them came in fantastic. All right. It's taking a second. Wake up. There we go. There we go. I forgot I had the camera. I never told you guys that. I forgot I had the camera. All right, I'm gonna have to take Candace off just for a second so I can show you guys all these photos that we got. Give me just a second. Let me change settings. Here we go. This was from the trip to Beaufort. They had a beautiful courthouse. That's a beautiful courthouse. Beautiful photo. And of course, I just take them from different angles. Just parking. This is the main, and then we're going to get to the entrance. This is the entrance where everybody had to come into the courthouse. I missed everybody that day because I think everybody important went through a different way than the front entrance. And that's the parking lot. There's the little pond out front with all the duckies. Look at that. Gorgeous. Beautiful day. That was, who was that? Court TV. That was Court TV. And then we're going to get down there. There's the attorneys walking out. There's Poot and Magoo. I actually like them now. I think they're pretty good in their lawyering. But I don't like them representing. Some of them are clear. That one's good. And then I got him looking right over at me. It was perfect there. Look at that face. Holy crap. Let me see if I can blow this up. Betty was noticed. He's like, oh shit, the YouTubers are here. We don't like you. Oh, that's great. That's good stuff right there. You ain't getting this stuff anywhere else. This is on the Bullhorn Betty channel, right? There's Eric Bland. Some of those got blurry because I was videotaping. I had two phones going, one live streaming, one recording, and a camera. I was. If you see me out there, I was meaning business. That's a good picture of Eric and the other attorney. And then, of course, Creighton. I think that's it. Yeah, there it is. So there you guys have it. That was, I never got a chance to show you guys those photos because it was, I just never had them, I forgot all about them, to be honest with you. I forgot all about them. So let's get back to Candace. I just wanted to take that little detour. And we're back here. So now we're back here. Oh, I remember what I said when I was going to talk about this area here. I went into this water. As soon as the water moved, the most putrid smell that you could ever imagine came out of that water. When I got out of that water, I wanted to clean myself with bleach. As a matter of fact, I think we ended up getting some bleach wipes or Clorox wipes and wiping our bodies down with them. It was so disgusting. That water was nasty. And I can tell you that there is runoff from those animals at that horse stable because you can smell horse in that water. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And Summer was swimming in this water. And I have not seen a whole lot of people in this water in this area. Usually they go out and maybe swim with the boats and stuff like that out in the main thing. But I've seen people fish in here, but I haven't seen, outside of us going into the water, I haven't seen anybody playing in this water out of all the times I've went out there, ever.
And what time do you get here about, if you remember?
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. Time is... I don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids, and then we go to bed.
Okay.
I can promise you, I don't keep track of time either, but I know where I'm at, I know that morning I'm doing this, by noon I'm doing this, by afternoon I'm doing this, by evening I'm in bed, right? I know my day. I don't know specific times of the day, but I think if I had to sit down and go through my day line by line, I think I could do it. I really do. Off the top of my head, maybe not. But if I had to, say if there was a police investigation where they want me to put down in writing where I went in an entire day, I think I could probably do that to the best of my ability. Would it be off a little bit? Yeah, I think it probably would be off. And I think that they anticipate it being off slightly. But from what I'm understanding is they went back to the wells multiple times to fix their timeline, that there was holes in their timeline that didn't add up. And from my understanding, they've never been able to explain those anomalies. And that's why they're still persons of interest. That's my understanding.
I can't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off. And I was sitting there and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her. And he said, yeah, she said that's fine for a little bit. Because I guess his grandma was coming over, so she don't like her. I don't like her either. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. Seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And,
it was stupid part on Al, really, honestly.
And they start getting into conversations about Allie. I think that's really the nuts and bolts of it is, she had some issues going to the water hole, but she didn't have issues, those same type of issues when she was walking around the house. So it seems like in reality that something traumatic happened at this water hole. You know, this is where everything starts becoming slow for her. This is where, you know, the story starts getting a little mucky. Okay. Everything else is following a good timeline until you get to this area of the day. And then this whole area of the day is so confusing and convoluted. And then they make it home and she disappears. So something happened during this day. And it's my opinion that one of two things happened. When I first started covering this case, I thought something happened at this water hole, and whether it was drowning, whether, you know, we even heard somebody that Hunter could have possibly been backing up the truck and accidentally hit her or I mean, we heard so many rumors about this case when we were covering it extensively, that it was hard to tell, like many of our cases, what fact from fiction is. So it takes a lot of care and a lot of understanding. And there are some things that could be factual or could be rumor that I stay away from because I don't know whether it is or not. And this was one of them, you know, what happened to her that day. My changes didn't come, like I didn't start thinking there was more nefarious things. Even when Dudley was talking about Don's behavior the day before on the 14th, his odd behavior that he was exhibiting, I kind of dismissed it for a really long time, for like a year. Dismissed it as it being associated with something else, possibly Don coming down off of substances or something like that. But for a long time, I truly did just dismiss the behavior the day before. But that's also when I was under the impression Don was at work, that there was no possibility he could have had anything to do with Summer's disappearance, that he was kind of thrown into the mix right along with the rest of the world, that he was just, you know, trying to help the mother of Summer, his significant other. He was just trying to cover her butt. That's truly what I thought. And it wasn't until another trip that we took, a much later trip, when I learned that he did, in fact, have his boys on that job site, that he did, in fact, leave that job site at between 1:30 and 2:30. And now all those mistakes that we kept thinking were just him misspeaking when he said that he was home and, you know, she disappeared at this time and he was speaking as authority or knowing, we now know the reason why it wasn't misspeaks. It's because he was physically present the day that she disappeared. And why is he lying about that? Why is he deceiving people as to whether he was home at the time of his daughter's disappearance or not? And why the spectacle of flying up in the red car, parking at the bottom of the thing, starting to search and all this stuff, and being on the phone with the sheriff's department trying to say his daughter's missing and he's running home? Why the spectacle if you were already there? We knew that his statements back then were untrue when he said he was able to get home in 20 minutes from where he was, which was Rock City, or it wasn't Johnson City. It was something Rock was where I think he was working that day. It was it was in Washington County, I want to say near Johnson City or something like that, but it wasn't. And he was able to get home in 20 minutes. He tells law enforcement he was able to drive. He drove so fast, he almost crashed his car trying to get home so fast. And when we put that test to theory, if he was driving that fast, there is no way his car would have been able to make some of those curbs on that mountain. His car would have been off the mountain. No matter how good of a driver you are, you're not going to be able to do it at the way he did it. It doesn't make sense. So now that we have the strange behavior the day before, you have all this behavior of Don right in and around his daughter's disappearance, and the fact he went to work the next day and has never really done any meaningful searches for his daughter, it is leading me to, in the fact he lied about being at the house when his daughter disappeared, all lead me to believe that this is not something that was an accident at the watering hole, but could potentially be something more nefarious. They had just had the Department of Children and Family Services there. They had a private conversation with Summer. The next day, Summer is gone, and the rest is history. It's just, if this is all coincidences, then the Wells have the worst luck in the world. The worst luck in the world, right? The victims of this mean campaign against them. I've given Don, and I've given Don all of the opportunities in the world. One thing that man cannot say that I have not provided him was every opportunity in the world to speak to me and have a conversation with me. And just recently, he finally did have the conversation with me. But again, as nice and as friendly as that conversation was, he did not give me any information. He did not answer my questions. He did not maintain eye contact. And when he was caught in misinformation or misleading me, he would just change the subject and never correct the statement. I never had to raise my voice. I never had to treat him like crap. I never had to talk down to him. And I was able to get everything I needed from him that day to find out if I was on the right track or not. He had an opportunity to sway my mind. Not like my mind has to be swayed. I am not law and order. I'm not a judge or jury or anything like that, but I am a strong advocate against that family. And you know what? At the end of the day, how can he be so disrespectful to me? He hasn't really been disrespectful. I mean, at the beginning, yeah, he was, but he hasn't really been, because he knows damn well I'm trying to truly look for his daughter. I have no ill intent on trashing him or Candace for no reason. There's a reason why I'm sitting here and I'm putting them under a microscope. And quite frankly, I think Candace needs to be under the same scrutiny. But she's not for some reason. Because let's face it, Candace is the one that's been around for Rose Bly's disappearance and now Summer's disappearance, and both of them disappeared without a trace. Seems like a past strategy worked and was reapplied, in my opinion. All right, guys. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Tomorrow, I will be up extremely early and on the road. I got a lot of work to do today. I got to charge up all the equipment. I got to get packed out, and I got to get the oil changed. No, I have not gotten the oil changed yet. It's got to get changed. It's got to get changed, damn it. I got a lot of work to do, so I'm gonna get cracking. You guys have a wonderful day. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, y'all, please be safe and kind to one another, especially in the comment box below. We say no to online bullying, online stalking, and just being just a nasty person in general. We say no to that. You wake up each and every day. You get to choose what you do with your day. You can either be kind or you can be nasty. I choose kindness. God bless you.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.